I found a picture of my mother in a 300-year-old book. I'm now convinced I'm going to be dead tomorrow. This is a 300-year-old book, the librarian told me. Please don't damage it. I'll be back in 30 minutes. I nodded and sat at the table to start reading it. The book was titled Creatures and Beasts, and underneath it was a red dragon that almost looked real. I carefully opened the book and turned each page like it was glass to avoid damaging it. Every single page I flipped had paintings of different creatures. It also had their habits, and even where they lived. Then I turned to the last page, which was called The Alluring Harp. Instead of an animal, it was a woman with long black claws, a pale lavender dress, wings, and a smile that I instantly recognized. Her smile looked just like my mom's. She had the same freckle under her left eye, the same scar under her lip, some hot oil sprayed on her, and the same exact crooked smile. I instantly froze. My heart kept beating faster and faster the closer I leaned in. This wasn't a coincidence. I was staring at my mother painted in a 300-year-old book. Then Mrs. Poole returned. "I'm so sorry. I need to take the book back now," she said. "The curator's here. I'm not allowed to let anyone read it." I begged her for one more minute, but all she did was allow me to take a picture of the page instead. After I took the picture, she took the book and locked it behind a steel door. As I walked home, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The resemblance was too exact. And why did my mom never mention this before? When I got home, her beat-up Toyota was in the driveway. I tried to sneak upstairs, but she was already standing in the hallway. "How was school?" she asked with a super bright smile. My voice cracked. "Good. How was work?" But then she tilted her head and asked, "You're acting different. Is something wrong?" So I decided to tell her what happened, and even showed her the picture. All she did was just blink, force a smile, and then said, "Never heard of it. Sounds interesting." Then she told me she had to go make dinner, and walked away to go into the kitchen. But as she was walking, I noticed a light bulge under her shirt. It looked like she had folded wings, the same exact ones that were in the book. I knew something wasn't adding up, so the next day after school, I went straight into the library. Mrs. Poole handed an old article about the woman. It was blurry, but I could still somewhat read it. The alluring harp uses seduction to spread its bloodline. It appears human, often beautiful, with mesmerizing eyes and smiles. But after luring men, it performs a ritual. They light a candle on the victim and eats them. Her kids appear human until puberty. Then their true form is brought out, and their only purpose is to manipulate, reproduce, and dominate. I couldn't handle what I just saw, so I put the article in my pocket and sprinted home. When I got home, the house was silent, but a flickering orange light glowed through her bedroom curtain. It was a candle, which was super strange. She's never lit one in her life. So I slowly walked down the hallway, and I heard crunching behind her room door. It sounded like bones. My hand reached for the knob, but something snapped on the other side, so I turned around and ran into my room. For the rest of the night, I put my headphones in, completely awake. The next morning, she walked into my room with a super bright smile. "Good morning, darling," she said. "I have some wonderful news. I'm pregnant."